Hi, so my name is Greenhalgh, and this is the next video in a series I promised to explain the processes and procedures that I've gone through since my diagnosis of cervical cancer in November of 2025. So I ended the last video with the pap smear that came back with abnormal cells, precancerous cells, and that was in the fall of 2025. So the next step for my doctor was a biopsy that was done in his office, which confirmed precancerous cells. So the step after that was to do a LEAP, which is a loop ectosurgical excision procedure. And that's why they call it a LEAP. They have acronyms for everything, LEEP. And the LEAP means that they take a circular, like a wire tool, and cut out the tissue, and it cauterizes as it cuts, so there's minimal bleeding. It was an outpatient procedure. And my doctor was very concerned and did that as quickly as he could, because as he said, with cervical cancer, it can go up into your uterus. It can still be in my cervix. And because of the scare that we had in 2023, it made he and I wonder, has it been there growing since 2023? Or is this really a new event that just started in 2025? And you can't see, you can't look. There's no way to know. So the LEAP, the hope was that when he cut that tissue out of my cervix, that the cervix tissue would have clean margins, meaning that they got all of the abnormal cells, all of the precancerous cells come out. Clean margins means there's nothing left. I'd still be monitored carefully, but there would be no reason to assume that there was still cancer there. So my doctor did the LEAP, made an appointment with me for 2 weeks later, and that was scheduled for November 25th, a Tuesday morning. And he said, if it's all clear, I'll call you and tell you. If it's not all clear, then keep that appointment and come in and I'll explain what we found and what our next step is. Well, he never called to cancel. So I knew when I was going Tuesday morning that it was bad news. I just didn't know how bad. So not only were my margins not clean, while I was sedated, he was able to swab farther up, which he couldn't have done if I was awake, but he swabbed farther up. And my doctor, he's so sweet, and I've known him for so long. He said, Karen, I hate to say this, but we found the cells we never want to see. So that meant that farther up, there were cancer cells. So he recommended a complete hysterectomy. Basically, everything I don't need at my age is going to be removed. And he had wanted that done as soon as possible, again, because he doesn't know how extensive it is. And I don't want to get too much into anatomy, but your uterus is open to your abdominal cavity because of your fallopian tubes. And so if there is cancer in your uterus, there's an increased chance that it could spread to other parts of your body. So the sooner it was out, they could see exactly what I had and then know where to go from there. So that's where I'm just checking the time. Sorry, I looked away from the camera. I'm just checking the time. I don't want to make these too long, but that's when things got complicated for me. So I had a definite diagnosis of cancer cells. As my doctor said, the cells we never want to see. And they were farther up than just where the LEAP could get them. And I have a relatively rare genetic bleeding disorder that has caused some complications with getting the surgery done. It's called von Willebrand's. My mom had it, my sister had it, my niece had it, her daughter has it, and it's never caused me problems, but I've also never had major surgery. So then it became a challenge to find a surgeon who was willing to do this major surgery on me because of my bleeding disorder. So I'll go into that in the next video to keep this one from being too long. And just remember, I got this from an HPV infection. It's the only way that women can get cervical cancer, to my understanding. And so please, please, please go for your annual screenings and find a doctor you trust and go for those screenings and take care of yourself. And I will do another one soon to let you know how I finally ended up finding a surgeon that would do this surgery for me, which is scheduled for next week, and what I have to go through because of my bleeding disorder. So I'm going to go get ready for church. It is Easter morning, and I'm actually going to 2 churches. So this is Buford. So let me show you Buford. This is Buford, and Buford's my new shadow. And so thank y'all so much, and I will do another video soon. So go to church, enjoy Easter, and remember what it means that Christ actually died for us and rose. And enjoy your day as much as I hope to enjoy mine.